We are Louisiana, and we can do better. We're in a state that has the 10th largest transportation infrastructure system in the country. And here's what we've got. Over 16,000 miles of road, 12,000 bridges, 69 airports, 40 ports, and over 3,000 miles of rail. We are Louisiana. We can do better. Did you know that there are 44 other states that have invested in transportation more recently than Louisiana? And how does that translate? Well, here's how. Over 45 states have a lower vehicle fatality rate than we do. 47 states have better bridges than we do, and we have the second largest bridge deck area in the country. But more importantly, here is where it hits you. It hits you in your pocket because time is money. Baton Rouge and New Orleans are two of the 10 most congested medium-sized cities in the country, and they also happen to be two of the most congested cities in the country for truck commerce. We are Louisiana, and we can do better. To make Louisiana better, Governor John Bel Edwards and the Louisiana legislature took some real bold steps to improve our state's infrastructure. In his first budget, we eliminated the diversions to state police. We've doubled our port investment, and we actually issued a request for information for the state's first public-private partnership to provide transportation solutions for West Baton Rouge, East Baton Rouge, and Ascension along the I-10 corridor. More importantly, we've brought federal dollars home at an unprecedented level that has led us to provide more than $200 million in new construction and improve Baton Rouge's traffic problem by moving in a very accelerated fashion to build the Terrace-Washington Street off-ramp. When compared to other states, Louisiana motorists pay only 20 cents per gallon, but you have to subtract 4 cents from that for debt service for a long time. When compared to other states, we are ranked 50th for overall investment. Unlike our sister states, they send dollars from their general fund into the transportation fund. Remember, we are Louisiana, and we can do better. The task force that Governor John Bel Edwards created was a very diverse group and representative of our state. A large contingency of the business community and our economic development organizations were at the table, as were rural representatives and urban representatives and multimodal representatives, not to mention leadership from agencies that serve the state of Louisiana. Here is what they told us. As we traveled the state, we heard people say, "We have a spending problem. We don't spend enough. We have to focus on our aging bridges. We have to invest in all modes of transportation. And we have to invest in both rural and urban areas. And most importantly, it has to be dedicated to infrastructure, and that includes the many mega projects." So how do we get there? The Transportation Task Force made 9 significant recommendations, and here's what they are. They suggested we use public-private partnerships to deliver infrastructure projects. You can check that box. We're already going down that road. They suggested tolling. You can check that box as well. This administration supports tolling as a mechanism to deliver a specific project, but not to fund an entire system. They suggested pilots and TIFs. Those are payments in lieu of taxes and tax incremental financing districts. You can check that box. We have the authority to do those already. The task force also suggested aviation fuel tax increase. This is a recommendation from the Airport Managers Association where 100% of the dollars collected will go back into our aviation assets. The task force also suggested truck permits and truck registration fees as a way to invest in infrastructure. In fact, the recommendation to that industry was, you tell us how you want to pay it and you tell us where you want to spend it. That's a new idea for investing in transportation, being collaborative in how we move forward. They also said use categorical allocations. This is a national best practice that all of the states use to invest in capacity, preservation, safety, and operating the system, and that does not include salaries and benefits. The task force also recommended indexing. We think it's extremely important that we protect the value of our investment. If we pay an additional penny today, we want the same value of that additional penny tomorrow. We suggested to the legislature that they consider a number of ways to index. Index to the Consumer Price Index, index to the Construction Cost Index, or you can index to fuel efficiency to ensure that we're maintaining our investment. The last and most important recommendation is a $700 million recurring investment. That is what it's going to take to build the system we want and protect and maintain the system we have today. The need is great, and the time is now. We are Louisiana, and we can do better.